The reason I took the COR Dynamics program was due to the fact that I have an athletic background. I played baseball for Division I university here in Texas, and whenever you're an athlete, things can be very complex when you're performing on the field, when there's a lot of pressure, when there's a huge expectation to perform at a high level. And so I was interested to see how I could combine all of those things and how I could, be educated by a program that would help, people like myself, that are out there, competing right now at a high level. What I learned in this course to take my business to the next level was that, I needed to become aware of where I was. Sometimes, you just get going along in your business and you become stuck, as we say. And so it helped me become very aware of where I was and accept the fact that, I personally was going to have to take it to the next level to help these athletes perform. And so it helped me take a step back, helped me, look at the entire, process that I would be coaching them through. And it gave me confidence to know that, I've got a program and I've got content that I can share. And, all the pressure of coming up with a theory or a process that, it's not all dependent upon Brian Black. The content is there, the research is there, the things are there that help me make a difference and make an impact. The COR Dynamics program has really impacted the way I work with my athletes, mainly because, you have to help them become aware of where they are in life and also in their sport. Just because they were, all world, at some point in time, you get to a certain level and everybody is all world. I mean, they're all good. And so what, do you have to do to take it to the next level? And so I've come up and taken, a lot from, the program and the content to create a success formula so that they can gain a vision of where they are, present in the moment, and also how, they can take it to the next level as far as what they need to get to that level. And then, how can I help you, get to where you want to go? And so trusting that process and giving them a success formula, what I've seen is it really improves their confidence and also their fearlessness as far as how they approach their sport and how they approach, increasing, their performance level. What COR Dynamics has done, it's made me more aware that I need to focus on measuring results and measuring, the performance of the athlete and how that's increasing and how that is decreasing. An example, I've worked with a baseball player before, and in baseball, as well as a lot of times you get 3 or 4 at-bats per game. Well, if he went up to bat the first time and he struck out, you go up the second time during the game and you can't be thinking about that first time. And so he had a lot of issues not being able to clear his mind of that first at-bat and being present in the moment, focused, trusting the process of being able to go up, start all over. And we were and understand that he had another opportunity, and so the results of that were what? Well, higher batting average, higher on base percentage, just more successful. And the program teaches them that trust the process. You're going to increase your confidence. You're going to increase and become more fearless in what you do. And so the results for this specific client I worked with was, exactly that. Just the increase in batting average and on base percentage was the results that I saw, as I worked with him. I would recommend the COR Dynamics program to different coaches because one of the things is that it helps you become more energetically engaged in what you're doing. And with what we do in iPEC, talking about the 7 levels of energy, that is communicated to the athletes, and they see that. And they see that, you're showing up at a high level of energy, and it increases their level to a point to where you build a connection, you build a relationship, they get it, they understand more that it's important how you show up to play their sport, and how important it is to show up as a leader, in their sport, because that attracts, and rubs off on other people, and so it affects not only themselves but it affects their teammates. So you have a lot to work with there. And again, when you've got content, you've got a program that you can say, this is what I do, and you're explaining it to someone, that means a lot. It gives you a lot of credibility. I'll just give you an example. I sat down with an athletic director at a university and said, this is what I do. This is what I'd like to do for your athletes. This is why I want to work with them. And I explained the program, explained the content, explained what I could do with not only the athletes but the coaches. And she said, you know what, Brian? She said, in 14 years, she said, I have not had somebody come into my office and sit down and explain to me the type of program that you have. And I'm ready to create a partnership. And that says a lot, to be able to have something you can go in and communicate to somebody that sees that and sees the importance of what it can do, for their athletes.